Food prices are rising. Poor people in poor countries are affected the most. Why? 1. Climate change causes weather-related production shortfalls. Land produces less due to flood, rain, and droughts. 2. There is an increase in oil prices. That increases the cost of producing food, since fuel is needed for machinery, tractors, and transport. 3. Food markets face high demand for biofuels. As massive quantities of sugar, corn, and vegetable oil go into fuel, food prices go even higher. 4. Conflicts between people impact the food value chain. These 4 factors affect some locations more than others. Within the same country, realities are different. Geographical barriers, rudimentary markets, local changes in production, and poor transportation infrastructure have different effects. And rising prices don't affect everyone equally. The most affected are those without means to cope with these shocks. For example, if children don't get enough calories, there will be reversible effects on their health and learning capacity. This reduces their opportunities and undermines economic growth. The poor are hit hard. They spend most of their income on food. They have few alternatives. This volatility means we need policies for the poor now. Increasing food prices can also increase the risk of falling into poverty. From 2010 to 2011, higher food prices pushed 44 million people into poverty. If this keeps happening, progress in reducing poverty would be wiped out. Like poor people, poor countries are more vulnerable to food price shocks. They register high levels of malnutrition and have fewer mechanisms to resist these shocks. Direct and indirect policies can help us prevent more people from falling into poverty. We must manage expectations of inflation. When people expect prices to rise, many will game the markets. Governments could eliminate export bans, regulate to prevent panic buying and food hoarding. We need to reduce the pressure on crop markets. For example, reducing demand by relaxing biofuels mandates once prices exceed a certain benchmark. Widen supply by removing export restrictions on grains. We need nutritional programs for the poorest and scaling up safety nets to protect poor people. We need to prioritize rural development and agriculture, putting food security first. Technological progress can increase agricultural yields in an environmentally sustainable manner and increase the nutritional value of some products, such as fortified cereals. A lot more can be done, from having humanitarian reserves for emergencies to addressing climate change. But no matter where we start, we should strengthen the ability of people to cope with shocks. Learn more